special project we just started today, Phoenix's new ant farm. So we're going to bring this a little bit closer so we can show you and he can tell you a little bit about it.
So this is like the peep, and there's a baby one somewhere. It's kind of hard to find.
What kind of ants are they?
Fire ants, and I finally found it.
Yeah, oh, yep, there's a little baby over there. We also put some food in there, some water, and we just got this put together today, so we're looking to see and excited to see what kind of tunnels they start building. So maybe once they start kind of building their little tunnels and all their stuff, we can keep you updated on that. So turn around to the back here.
And then there's all this, and then there's one, and this is their tunnels they already make, and that's what they're eating for their supper.
Yeah, I got a little piece of cheese in there, some protein, huh?
Yeah, and they got a little broccoli.
Oh, broccoli. That makes you super strong, right? Well, cool. Well, that turned out pretty neat. We're excited about that. We caught every one of those today and got them put in there. So Phoenix is excited to show you his new little ant farm, and we'll keep you up to date on that. So I'm going to go put this over here. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Well, like Phoenix says, welcome back, guys, and we are ready to go over your assignments for today. Today is April 30th, Thursday, and guess what? 18 days straight of perfect attendance. Give them a round of applause. Woo! Yeah. So, you know what that means. Today is Thursday, only one more day.
And then I get you some
delicious shake. You're going to make it really good, right? Like some strawberries and like some, some good stuff. It'll be tasty, right? Like a fruit smoothie. Oh, come on. No. What are you going to put in it? Just give me like one thing that you talked about maybe putting in it.
hot sauce.
Hot sauce? That doesn't go in a shake. Oh, man. Okay, well, I guess we'll see how that goes. But the kids got to do their job first. We got to have 100% check-in. So I'm not out of the deep water just yet.
And a few fruit.
Well, yeah, that sounds like a better idea. I know the kids, you guys did a great job today or yesterday on the post giving Phoenix some ideas. I told him about those ideas, and we will be sure to tape us actually putting the shake together. If you meet your goal, I got to continue to keep getting that work, and we got to have that 100% check-in. It takes every single one of you to do your part and to put in the hard work. So keep encouraging each other to do well, or else Phoenix doesn't get to make that special shake, which would be fine by me. I mean, I'll miss the shake. That's no problem.
You know what I'm going to put?
What? One more thing.
I'm going to put apple juice.
Apple juice and hot sauce? Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Juice.
All right.
And one more thing. It's probably going to be orange juice.
Lots of juices, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the kids are helping you out with that. So let's go ahead. Step number 1. Better make sure you check those attendance points off, okay? You got to click one of the attendance options down here. Make sure you hit that turn-in button. Like I said, we need 100% check-in. One person doesn't do it, the challenge isn't met. So it takes every single one of you to make sure you are logging on, and the earlier the better, so that you can log on, get your assignments done, get those things checked off, and have the rest of your day to kind of enjoy it. The weather's going to be nice out, so let's jump right into the actual materials that you're going to be dealing with for today's assignments. So, step 2, watching this video, and it is important that you really pay attention to these videos. Have your packet in front of you right now. If you don't, pause the video right now. Go get your packet and a pencil so that you are prepared and you are working along as I'm going over the directions. Right, Phoenix?
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into step number 1 is daily language and math located in your packet. This is Thursday, number 18. Pay attention to the day that is at the top of the paper, okay? I've had a few confusions on, I go over this stuff, but then a few of you have kind of done the wrong one, and then you got to go back and do the right one that I assigned for that day. So, take a look, Thursday, number 18. At the top, you have correct these sentences. You know exactly what to do on that, find any and all mistakes. And then it says for 3 and 4, give the pronoun that would replace the underlined noun. So they have underlined the nouns here, which are names in these two sentences. Just to kind of refresh your memory of what pronouns are. Okay, some examples of pronouns. I, you, he, she, him, her, they, them, us, our. You know there are a huge list of pronouns and different types of pronouns. So I will have this little anchor chart that we've already used before in a previous assignment attached to today's post on Google Classroom. So utilize those resources that I attach. So that'll help you out with the pronoun part. You simply just see what pronoun would go in place of this noun, and you have to read the sentence to yourself and make sure that it sounds correct. You can't just replace it with any pronoun. Otherwise, the sentence does not make sense in some cases. So make sure you do that. Number 5, give the sentence using the homophone pair. Now, homophones basically are two words that when you say them, they sound exactly the same. Like sail and sail. But homophones sound the same when you say them, but they are spelled differently and they have different meanings. So it says you write one complete sentence using both of these words in the same sentence. Now, to get all the points for this, you have to make sure you have a complete sentence. You know what that consists of. A capital letter at the beginning of your sentence, some form of punctuation at the end, and a good 4th grade sentence that actually makes sense. Okay? Don't leave those easy points off. Okay? I'm still getting a couple of people who are just wasting those little bitty easy points, capitalization and punctuation, things you've been working on since kindergarten. Okay? So, look your work over. That checklist in your portfolio, the checklist you had glued on your desk that tells you how to make a good 4th grade sentence. Utilize that, guys. That stuff is there for you. So, jumping into the math down at the bottom, you have a division problem, 27 divided by 9. That is a basic fact problem. 16 divided by 4, another basic fact, pretty simple. Estimate the sum of 62, 61, and 58. So sum means addition. You know how to add, don't you, Phoenix?
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to add these three numbers, but it wants an estimate, so it does not want an exact amount. Okay, so just to remind you about estimation, I'm going to give you an example problem similar to the one that I just read to you. I want to estimate the sum of 38, 42, and 25. That means I'm going to add these, but I'm not going to add the original numbers. I have to round them. Round them means you are estimating. So therefore, the rule that we go by is 5 or more, change the score. 4 or less, let it rest. Say that with me, Phoenix. 5 or more,
5 or more,
change the score.
change the score.
4 or less,
4 or less,
let it rest.
let it rest.
Yeah, all right.
Yay.
So, 38, I'm going to round, okay? Remember, when we are rounding, you underline the place value you are rounding to, you circle the one after it. The one circle determines whether or not you change the score or let it rest. So, 5 or more, this is an 8. 8 is more than 5, isn't it, Phoenix?
Yeah.
So I'm going to change the score. That means I'm changing the 3 to a 4, and my 8 becomes a 0. So 38 rounds to 40. 2 is less, 4 or less, let it rest, so I'm not going to change my 4. I'm going to leave it just as it is, and then the 2 becomes a 0. So 42 rounds to 40. Now, rounding to the nearest 10 again on this number, 25. 5 or more, change the score. So I'm going to change my 2 to a 3, and then my 5 becomes a 0. That's why we circle it. It not only tells you whether or not you're going to leave it rest or change the score, but the circling reminds you that you turn that number into a 0 after you have rounded. Okay? So now I simply just add up my 40 plus 40 is 80, and then 80 plus 30 is going to be how much? 110, right?
Yep.
Okay, so my answer is 110. Now, this is the work that you should be showing on this particular problem. Okay? This problem is the same problem like I did on just in this example, except it's got different numbers. So you're going to rewrite them in vertical form. You're going to show your work just like I did, or like this. Okay? In order to get credit for this problem, once again, all you have to do is follow this. You should be doing it as I am helping you right now, as we speak. If you need a few seconds, hit the pause button, finish this problem so you don't forget what I expect on this to get full credit for it, and then hit the play button. And now we can move on to the next problem. What fraction of this region is shaded? So remember, fraction, okay, I need a numerator and a denominator. The denominator tells how many total pieces I have to make a whole. This is the whole right here. So count how many total pieces there are to make a whole. That's your denominator. How many pieces are shaded or missing? In this case, they say shaded. So you count up how many are shaded, and that is your numerator. Pretty basic fraction problem, okay? Number 5 is a money problem. You are going to find the total of Jake's order. Make sure you underline your question. Make sure you circle your important information. I'll say that again. Underline your question right now. Circle your important information, like we've done since day 1 of Mr. Wright's class.
Yeah.
Now, when you're adding money, okay, you need to make sure that you line up your decimal points, and to show work on this one, you need to write your problem in vertical form somewhere over here, okay? Now, 79 cents is not written with a decimal, okay? So therefore, you have to rewrite it as a decimal and put a money sign. So you're going to put 79 cents is $0.0.79, and then add these other two amounts to it to get the total. Not a difficult problem. Okay, and the next assignment that you have on the list is this page in your packet. It is an additional page of that erosion article that you've already read, and you had to answer 6 multiple choice questions. It was about erosion, okay? You've already done that part. This part we have not done yet, okay? And it is a little activity that goes along with the video that I'm going to talk about. So, it says, discuss the author's purpose and reasons for writing this article. The article they're talking about is the one on the previous page in your packet, and the title of it is Erosion. Like I said, you've already read it, but go back and read it again and tell me what the author's purpose is. Now, I have specific instruction. This is only one question, but in order to get all the points for it, you have to write your answer in a complete sentence, restating the question in your answer with capitalization, punctuation. If you do not do that, you're not going to get full credit, and you're not going to do well on this thing. It is very easy to do. Follow those rules, okay? So discuss the author's purpose and reason for writing this article. The author's purpose for writing this article is, in your answer, to choose from is either going to be to persuade, to inform, to entertain, to explain, or to describe. Read the article again, and then go back to this anchor chart that I'll have attached to Google Classroom post today, and make sure that you read through these. You should have them already. We've worked a lot with author's purpose. And tell me, in your answer, okay, the author's purpose and reason for writing this article is, and then put to inform, to explain, to entertain, to describe. You get the idea, okay? So you can stop the video right now and pause it and write that sentence that I just told you to start writing, and then go to and that way you're ready to go when you go to read the article, and then you figure out what is the author's purpose, whether or not it was to persuade, inform, entertain, explain, or describe, okay? All right, that's pretty much it for that particular question. Now, the second part of this assignment says, go outside, find an example, and draw a picture of each, okay? Before you do this, you need to write this down so you don't forget. You will have, okay, another video to watch after this one. I have it attached to the bottom here. It'll be underneath the video you're watching right now. My lesson video that I'm doing right now will be on top. This one will be underneath it. It'll look just like this. It's titled Wright/Todd Weathering Erosion and Deposition Lesson. You have to watch the video before you get to this part of the assignment, the drawing part, okay? You have to do that. And so yes, I'm giving you points for watching the video. You have to literally click on the video, show that you've watched it, and then you can go outside, enjoy the beautiful weather, and find examples of erosion, weathering, and deposition. Remember, erosion is or weathering is the breaking down, okay? And you don't have to live out in the country. This video is really cool that Mrs. Todd and I did because it shows her beautiful farm that she lives on, and we give some great examples of all three of these things. But you don't have to go to the country to do this. I can walk out in my driveway and show you examples of weathering, erosion, and deposition. We've had a lot of rain these past couple of days. I have a gravel driveway, and the gravel gets broken down, which is weathering by the rain, okay, weather, and it gets washed down into the curb of the street, okay, which is the erosion part, the movement of particles, and then it carries rocks from my driveway down the street. That is, and where it settles is called deposition. Weathering, the breaking down, erosion, the movement of, and then deposition is the dropping off, right? So you can go out in your backyard, anywhere you see little tunnels being made because water has washed away dirt and carried it somewhere else. Those are examples of erosion, weathering, and deposition. All you have to do is find me examples of those, draw a picture. Now, when you draw your picture, guys, you have to make sure that you put labels on them, right? That way Phoenix and I know what we're looking at. You can't just draw a picture of something and not tell me what it is. I'm not the best artist, so I can promise you one thing. If I draw you a picture and I don't have an arrow pointing, telling you what it is, you're not going to know what it is because I'm no artiste. But Phoenix is. He's really good. So draw your picture, put some labels on there. Where is this thing? Where is this located? Is it your driveway? Is it your backyard? What am I looking at here? Okay? So, make sure you label your pictures. Not a hard assignment, something fun for you to get out and enjoy the weather and to actually apply this knowledge in a real world situation. But I need labels on your pictures, and I need pictures. You want to add color. If you have your crowns, you should have all your school supplies. That would be wonderful, okay? But I need a good picture, and I need you to explain what I'm looking at. Give me labels to give me proof that you know what these three things are, okay? If you draw something here and put a label on it, and it doesn't have anything to do with weathering, erosion, or deposition, I can't give you credit for something that doesn't apply to what we're talking about, okay? So, it doesn't have to be a masterpiece picture, but it does have to be a picture that explains and tells me what I'm looking at, okay? I can't be any more detailed than that, right, Phoenix? Phoenix? Oh, okay. All right, Phoenix. So, that is it. That's all your assignments for today. So, you have daily language and math. Make sure you show all your work. You have author's purpose. You have your drawings. Watch the video before you do this. Yes, that is part of the grade too. You have to watch the video. It's 5 minutes long. Mrs. Todd and I do a great job showing you some really neat stuff on there. She's got some cool stuff to talk about as well as I. So, anything else, Phoenix? I think that's about it. One more day, guys. Super proud. We are excited. Well, I'm not really all that excited about the shake, but I know Phoenix is. So he wants you to work super hard. Please continue to hand in that good work, and we're going to chug down a delicious shake, maybe.
You're not sure about it because I'm sure about it because I don't get to drink it. You do.
That's right. That's the fun part, right?
You're probably going to throw up.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Phoenix, you want to sign them off? Tell them what you always tell them.
Do good on your work and don't be sloppy.
That's right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Get to viewing the next video. We'll see you next time.